we're going to talk about what happened in the debate. But if you watched, you know that this was not a normal debate. This thing was supersized. There were 12 candidates on stage, an all-time record, which is a little weird. I mean, candidates aren't supposed to multiply as the debates go on. So please, America, remember to have your candidates spayed or neutered. We can't handle any more. If you ask me, I think the Democratic Party is just too nice. That's how this happened. Like, the GOP would never do this. Like, they're literally canceling entire primaries right now to lock out other candidates. Meanwhile, the Democrats are like a nightclub on a Tuesday. Everyone gets in. It's just like, you know, yeah, it's just like 6 guys in sandals. Come on in. Come on in. Now, before every debate, all the pundits and the commentators like to weigh in on what we should expect. But there is one pundit who always kills it.
Hey, Twitter world, yours truly. Tonight we have the debates, 12 people on stage telling us why we should vote for them. And I just hope that they spend their time telling us about their qualifications and their plans and why they should be voted for, and not waste time talking about innuendos and rumors about the guy next to them.
Yeah, man, nothing worse than innuendos and rumors. You know, people talking about who you're with and where your blood was found. Let's just focus on the issues. So, coming into this debate, there have been a lot of new developments, right? Elizabeth Warren has surged in the polls. Joe Biden and his son have become targets of the Trump administration. Bernie Sanders had a heart attack. And last week, Pete Buttigieg snuck into his first R-rated movie. But by far, the biggest development since the last debate has been the impeachment inquiry into President Donald Trump. So that was the first topic of the night.
I don't really think this impeachment process is going to take very long, because as a former prosecutor, I know a confession when I see it.
This president had obstructed justice.
This president, on 3 occasions, has invited foreign governments and heads of government to get engaged in trying to alter our election.
We have to impeach this president.
He lied to investigators, obstructed justice, fired James Comey, head of the FBI, tried to fire Mueller.
The president 10 years or 100 years from now will look back at this moment and draw the conclusion either that no one is above the law or that a president can get away with anything.
Okay, I hear what you're saying, but let's be honest. The way the planet is going, in 100 years from now, the president isn't going to be worried about impeachment. He's going to be worried about the price of lizard blood. And as for Biden, his question was a little different. He was asked why it's not okay for a president's family to be working with foreign businesses and foreign companies, but it's okay for a vice president's family to do. And I think I get where he was going, but it took a while for him to get there.
Look, my son did nothing wrong. I did nothing wrong. My son's statement speaks for itself. What I think is important is we focus on why it's so important to remove this man from office. On the 17th, look, the fact that George Washington worried on the first time he spoke after being elected president that what we had to worry about is foreign interference in our elections.
Okay, 1 minute you're talking about his son, then it's George Washington, then something about the 17th. Like, Joe Biden is the only candidate who remixes his speech while he's giving it. He's just like, removing this man from on the 17th, and the fact that it's like a weird thing that he does. And aside from impeachment, healthcare was a major topic tonight, with the standard debate about whether government-run insurance should be an option or the only option. But the thing that got the crowd going was when the OG of Medicare stepped into the game and showed everyone why they should put respect on his name.
The issue is whether the Democratic Party has the guts to stand up to the healthcare industry, which made $100 billion in profit, whether we have the guts to stand up to the corrupt, price-fixing pharmaceutical industry, which is charging us the highest prices in the world for prescription drugs. And if we don't have the guts to do that, if all we can do is take their money, we should be ashamed of ourselves.
Bernie Sanders, you cannot deny. No one speaks about healthcare with the passion that Bernie does. I also have a suspicion that that's the same speech he gave every time the nurses try to give him pills. He was like, no more pills. I have the guts to stand up to the pharmaceutical industry. I just need a nap. I'll be fine.